G'day there, ladies and ladies. Welcome back to another video of my Ledisman Let's Play, where I'm only using Ledyba and Ledysman. A couple of things have happened since the last time we've kind of played. First of all, the egg hatched from Violet City, the Togepi, and so I went back to Professor Elm to see what it was. I thought it would be like an EXP share, but it was an episode which I did kind of remember, but only at the last minute. I've done some level grinding off screen, so that this isn't as painful. Okay, I thought it was. You can never really be overpowered with Ledyba, so I don't think that's going to be too bad. So let's see how we go. I could just avoid the trainers, I guess, and just try and streamline it, but we'll see how we go. And hopefully if it's working, there should be like a border around the gameplay now, which is Onyx. This is a really bad matchup for us. I'm probably gonna have to go Supersonic, and there's gonna be a lot of battles where I'm relying on confusion or accuracy to kind of get us through. Great, so that was confusion damage. And that was the tackle damage. You can see how this is going to be a pain, and it really... Alright. It's going to take a bit. So, maybe we'll try to skip the trainers where possible. I'll just, between all my Ledyba, I'll just go tackle and we'll get there. But yeah, there should be a border around the gameplay now. Should add a bit more of a visual flair to it. It took me a little bit to figure out, but it means I could have other images on the background, or maybe some kind of animation. I don't want to go too overboard because, you know, the focus is on the gameplay. But you can let me know if there's anything in particular you'd like to have on the background, I guess. And I know it says, you know, Pokemon Silver, but we are playing Pokemon Crystal. I just like that color, and this design of the background is from the Game Boy Tower in Pokemon Stadium 2, and I don't think they had a crystal one. So, as you can see, even though we're over leveled with like level 14 Pokemon, we are not doing too good. Onyx is surprisingly taking a long time to kill us, or knock us out rather, you know, Pokemon. But we are also taking a long time to knock it out. A very long time. And Supersonic is okay, I guess, but it's about 55% accuracy, and then I think from there it's 50% to have it hit itself, and then as we saw before, I can get out of confusion pretty quickly, so I don't think it was worth it. If we had Confuse Radar, then we're talking, but we got Supersonic. So after this trainer, we'll try to skip the other ones, because we don't want to run into like a Geodude or another Onyx, for example. If we run into something else, like, I know that there's 5 Reavers here, so that could be painful as well. So maybe it's just best if we avoid the trainers. And so I've got the Everstone on Teamy, because the idea with Teamy is that I'm not going to evolve in straight away. It's going to be later on, because you learn moves quicker when you're unevolved. And so by doing that, you know, hopefully we can get the whole baton pass, or, you know, even something like agility up and running a bit earlier than intended. And every level in Gen 2 counts, because the level curve is not the best. You can get to like around level 50 by the end of the game, like not even by the end of the game, by Mount Silver. So Yeah, every level does count for something. Yeah, this wouldn't be so bad later on because we can get moves like Ice Punch. We can't get Giga Drain until post game, but I think once we get to Golden Road, we can go to the game corner, which I'll probably do off screen to save everyone some time. To get Ice Punch and Thunder Punch, which are gonna be like our strongest moves, both in terms of their effect with the paralysis or freeze, but also because it's special, and our special as Ledian is like 20 more than our attack. It's not much, mind you, but it is something. It's probably like passable. And of course, they have pretty good base power and good type coverage, I guess. We'll still need to worry about fire type, but we'll see how we go. Alright, so we're 2 Ledyba down, and we got about a quarter of its health to go. I guess we're just lucky that the Onyx doesn't have like Rock Throw, for example. But if it did come to it, I could use Flash. Also, from the last video, I did some research about Flash and the accuracy and all that. Turns out Flash in this generation has a 70% accuracy, so I don't feel too bad about using it. And as for the effect of like reducing accuracy, it is pretty potent. Even just one gets down quite a fair bit. I even looked a bit further into the math of it, and if we use like Flash or Sand Attack or whatever, get them down to -6 accuracy, and we go to +6 evasion, a 100% accuracy move gets down to about 10 or 11% chance to hit, which is very good. Apparently in later generations there is a cap to it, so instead of going down to 10%, it'll go like the maximum the minimum it could go to would be like 33%, which I thought was interesting. It means that in later gens you don't need to fully stack evasion and lowering accuracy, for example. Right, so we'll heal up and then try to avoid all trainers where possible so that we don't run into more rock types. Fire types even. I don't even mind, you know, running off screen. But the time to knock out compared to the amount of experience we would get from battling a trainer isn't really worth it. So I think it's probably just best to avoid where possible. Keen Cave. Oh boy, he's really switching out. Even Zubat isn't the best. If it manages to outspeed, Snowdge can be annoying, and if it's got Wind Attack, or I think he can learn Wing Attack rather than Gust. God, he's really moving. It's almost like he's in tune with the music. Come on. Nope. I misplayed that. No. Hey. Please don't have a rock type. Just have a fire type, I don't care. Of course, Tiger. Machop maybe? It's 3 Pokemon! Oh, come on. Level 4. That is better. But this is... if you think this is bad, we need to deal with Ghost type coming up soon in Azalea Town. The rival will have a Ghastly, and Ledyba is designed in a way where all its attacking moves kind of leveling up. Normal type, we don't get any bug or flying type moves, which is very crazy. It does mean that when it comes to the Ghastly, we need to rely on Supersonic and maybe even like flash it enough to get it to struggle. It isn't pleasant, but that should be our last main hurdle before we get Thunder Punch and Ice Punch. And once we get access to breeding, we'll be able to breed one of these Ledyba, probably Bree, because that's why she's named that, with a evolved Butterfree to get the move Egg move Psybeam. Which, you know, it's not psychic, but when it comes to good moves, it's one of the few that we get. Alright, please just have a Machop or something. One Geodude is never enough, is it? It's always 2 or 3. You crit. Nice. But I swear, if you have a 3rd Geodude, I'm not gonna be happy. But yeah, like in these segments where there's not much to talk about, as I'm literally like bashing my body against a rock, you know, this is where you guys commenting down below would help, because then you can kind of raise a conversation and I can talk about it. You know, we can talk about other Nintendo games, other games in general, other media such as like anime maybe, you know, talk about Dragon Ball, Yu-Gi-Oh! You name it, we can probably talk about it. I think the only off-limit stuff is extremely like personal stuff, I guess. Probably politics and religion as well. I mean, it's not that I can't talk about it, it's just that they're not the most easy to talk about subjects with like just a generic group of people, I guess. Like, that's usually like a sour experience. Level 8 Geodude. But you know, you can understand why that kind of those kind of topics would be off limits. Okay, so we managed to knock out 2 Geodude with 1 Ledyba. They were level 4, level 6. This is level 8. It'll be so good when we get Comet Punch. It might even be next level, which will be good. Because then we can do 1 damage 2 to 5 times, which is pretty good. I honestly can't get why they designed this Pokemon this way. Sure, the most noteworthy things at the early stages of Ledysman Radiant are Barrier and Light Screen, which is okay. Without the Light Clay is a bit awkward, but you know, it is what it is. And so they really just kind of intend for you to set up like a Barrier Light Screen and then switch out. Which I don't think is good Pokemon design. If they really wanted to go with the whole Baton Pass strat, as that's the only viable strat Ledyba has, they would have had to introduce Baton Pass at an earlier level rather than like around 30, and have more self-buffing moves. Like, even if we had Ancient Power, for example, and we could get like a little bit of a boost to everything, that would be worth Baton Passing. But in terms of actual things that Ledyba can set up to pass on, all we've got is Double Team, Curse, which I think is post-game, Barrier, which is an event exclusive Ledyba, so we definitely can't get that. Barrier would have been awesome, by the way. Agility, we get it like level 50, so around there. So we're not getting that. I think that's it. We don't get like a defense curl, we don't get sword stance. Sword stance would be great at least. Man, even belly drum would be interesting. We've already got low health and low defenses, but if we can manage to pull off a belly drum and baton pass, because that's pretty much all the Ledybug could do, I think that would be pretty fun, yeah. Just having a +6 onto an ally, but it's very risky to do. It would give you at least one strategy, and if you manage to, you know, if you're fighting a grass type, because they don't have good coverage. I would say fighting type as well, but they can usually learn a rock type move. But if you can manage to set up against a grass type with a belly drum baton pass, I mean, you gotta take what you can get, right? Why does tackle not have 100% accuracy? And it's like, not even 40 damage, right, in the early gens, it's like 35. Well, think of it this way, this trainer was good to get rid of, because going back and forth healing, we would have had to probably battle this guy eventually anyway. So, let's heal and try again. Oh, Sandry. I kind of forgot that I could get them in this cave, or this section rather. It's pretty cool. I guess I could like try and stock up on repels as well. But you know, I guess it's kind of the let's play. You know, to experience the game in all its faults and glories, you know? But yeah, like, you can ask me, like, you know, what are my top 10 games? You can ask, you know, what is my favorite anime, or, you know, things like that. I mean, I could... Did not mean to do that. Okay, do that. Hopefully you're not just complaining about it, but you're actually using it. 5 over. Okay. Coffee. Okay, this is pretty neutral, but if we get poison, it could be nasty. Let's see how we go. I kind of checking myself, but hey, you know, that's the best tackle we've seen today. Perfect. This will be easy. And yeah, while you think this is bad, we get a small power boost, but enemies get probably a larger power boost. They get more stab moves, more super effective moves. Okay, Comet Punch. I don't remember any accuracy, and overall the chance to get 5 hits, but this should ideally be stronger than Tackle. Pretty good. Is the accuracy like around 80%? This is our most powerful move now. I know in the first we can get Headbutt, which is also pretty strong. Okay, let's try and... I'm gonna try and focus. Item. I don't think it's worth it. Luckily we're leveled enough to run away pretty easily. Although that being said, apparently it's based off speed rather than level. Which I thought... which I find interesting. But I thought it was like more of a level thing rather than a speed thing. Well, potion should help reduce backtracking. Don't need to worry about that guy. I saw him and everything. Please just have... Okay, well this episode is just battling all the trainers in Union KBS. Ledyba. Okay, let's test out Comet Punch a bit more. With all picks. Could be deadly. HP base stat is low, but our special defense is one of our higher ones. Like, our only good stats are speed and special defense. Everything else is low. And sure, we share the same base stat total as our counterparts, Spinarak and Aridos. But, you know, having speed as a low stat is probably better than everything else as a low stat. Now, burn is a bit annoying, because that means that our attack has been reduced. So let's see if we can get 4 hits maybe? No. Okay. Okay. I gotta try and focus here. Okay, that's it. Please don't be a trainer. You're really twitching around, you might be a trainer. How about you? I think you're fine? Poison Cure Berry. It is interesting that they went away from this design of berries. They went to Pecha and Cherry Berry and stuff, rather than Cure Berry. Oh boy, you're really twitching. It really seems just random, doesn't it? Okay, we ran it past. We'll just have to worry about it when they deal with the Slowpoke well. But, yeah, for now we've made it to Azalea Town. Oh, okay, we don't need to worry about him. Whew. That's good. We'll get to the Slowpoke well next time, I believe. Wait, can you do the gym before the well? I kind of forget. No, you can't. Well, that made it simple. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's episode. We made it through King Cave, even though it was slow. If I was a bit more careful about it, we could have avoided some of those trainers. Got here a bit quicker, maybe start the Slowpoke well, but that'll be next time. Next time we'll do the Slowpoke well, and then depending on time, we can either do the rival battle, or start clearing out some gym trainers. We'll see how we go. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.